Hey everybody. Well, let's talk about people for a minute. Someone that I care about very much said something today that bothered me. He's of a younger generation than me, and to hear someone like him say this was kind of heartbreaking and kind of like, I get where he's coming from, totally, but it was really disheartening. He was talking about how he was hoping and praying that through this whole coronavirus and all the stay at home, shelter in place and all that kind of stuff, that people would, soften their hearts and put aside politics and all their different differences, anyway, all their differences, and that there would be nicer, kinder situations and basically, that what should have happened. That's what he thought and he was hoping. And he's a little bit discouraged because he's seeing things like the protesters at the Capitol building and the different things that are going on politically and also just in general, the argument between quarantine and going back to work and everybody's up in arms, whatever. Anyway, it was disheartening to me because he was really discouraged, and all I did was read his post. I didn't talk to him, so if I misunderstand something, that's one thing. But I got the idea of what he was saying, and it is disheartening. It is discouraging, and I get that. But it's not without hope, and that's what I want to say here right now. Is I can see the same things that you guys can see. I can see that there's a lot of fighting and fussing and politics and baloney out there right now. I see that, and I agree that it sucks and that people need to pull their big boy pants up or big girl pants up and decide, okay, we're gonna make nice, at least until this worldwide crisis is over. Because what kind of people fight and fuss and argue and pull hair and beat down when everything is in turmoil because of a worldwide crisis? What kind of people would still fight? Yeah, anyway, I will leave that question hanging there. But what I told him, and it's what I want to tell everybody else, is it is discouraging. Like I've said before, I only watch the news about 15 minutes a day. My goal is 15 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little longer because mom and dad watch TV while we're eating, and that's news time. And so if I eat for more than 15 minutes, I'm going to have to watch the news for more than 15 minutes. So generally it's about 15-20 minutes. Anyway, I watch the news because I do want to be informed, but I don't need to have it told to me over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, yeah, I know, I get why people are doing the things that they're doing. I get why there are people that went to the Capitol today. I get why people went there before. That doesn't mean I agree with everything. That doesn't mean I agree with the way things are done. I'm not saying that. I get why people are for Governor Whitmer. I get why people are not. So I'm not taking any sides on any of that stuff. I'm merely stating the obvious on the other part. The part about peace and love and being kind to one another and learning something from the crisis we're in. That's what I'm talking about. And I told him, and I'll tell you, that all of that stuff is going on, and that's obvious. There's nothing I can say to that. But what I can say is I believe that there's a lot of people on the extremist side of this either way. I also believe there's a faction on the inside, in the middle there, that they're just panicked. They're desperate, and they're just trying to make it. They're not trying to cause trouble. They're scared. Okay? All of that I get. But what I told him, and I really believe, is that there is a silent majority, though. I really believe that the majority of people are learning and growing from this. They might not be the nicest people. They might not have it all together or anything like that. But I really believe that the silent majority is, learning to be a little nicer, learning to, they're experiencing things that they never thought they would experience. They're understanding things that they're like, oh, that's how it is. Because a lot of things, unless you experience it, you don't know. Like people that are more fortunate than others are finding it's hard to get certain things, toilet paper, food, meat, even though they got the money, they don't necessarily have the avenue to get it because stores are out and people are hoarding and all that stuff. So there's that. And as much as it seems like there's a million different greedy, selfish people out there that are buying up everything and hoarding it away from others that seriously need it, I mean, I could fall into that really fast because I'm a caregiver for my mom and dad who are senior citizens. Mom's 83, dad's 79. And here we are in this middle of this thing, and people who are young and healthy have what they need and tons more than they need. And here we are, we can't, until recently, we couldn't even get Lysol. But some of you people out there helped us get that, and that's all under control now. But we went like 2 weeks without Lysol because we couldn't find it anywhere because it was all bought up. And I get, buy it when you need it or whatever, but, the shelves were empty. I was at Walmart today, and there was no Kleenex, no paper towel, no toilet paper at all. Those shelves were completely empty. It looked like a weird bomb zone right there. And no anything that could be considered a disinfectant. It was all gone. Even just air fresheners, just regular air fresheners that don't have germ killers in them or whatever. Even those were gone. I guess people think, a little bit's better than nothing. I don't know. But what I'm saying to you, and I'm trying to make this quick because I got a time thing. What I'm saying to you is that we as people can learn from this and grow from this, or we can be, the same idiot people we always were. But I think that just from getting out and dealing with people and listening to people, and I don't mean getting out as in face-to-face necessarily, but just, I've been to the store a few times, and the majority of people are very kind and very considerate, and when they talk to each other, which, it's really quiet in the store these days, but when they do talk to each other, it seems like there's an awful lot of kindness. And people are asking the cashier, how are you doing? And, are you handling this okay? They're asking, questions that they would never ask before because nobody notices the cashier. The cashier's a nobody. And you just do your thing, talk to the people you're with, and ignore the cashier. That's what people in general do. I was in the service industry at retail for a very long time, most of my life. And people generally ignore the person that's waiting on them and talk to the people they're with. And now, though, I'm seeing almost every customer that I've been close to that was buying something in front of me or even behind me, I hear them asking, and I hear them being concerned and listening to what the cashier's saying to them when they ask the questions. And in different places that I've been, and different things I've just seen or I see things in the trailer park where I live. People are being kind. People are helping each other out. I read Facebook stuff where, people are bringing something to somebody that couldn't get out. They're doing stuff for people. There is a kindness faction out there. There is a large group of people that are learning and growing and doing nice things and seeing things from a different point of view because they've been kind of brought to their knees on this. And I don't mean knocked down like to their knees, like forced to, knocked down to the pavement or whatever. I mean brought to their knees as in prayer, as in looking to God for answers, brought to their knees. And there is some good stuff out there. I don't mean that anything about Corona is good, but the way people are learning and growing things, people are seeing things they haven't seen at all because they're too caught up in their own selves. They're finally seeing some things, and they're growing and they're changing. And for the person I was talking to earlier, I get where you're coming from, buddy, but it's not all that. There are millions of people or the world around that are actually doing good stuff. They're learning, they're growing, they're getting things that, like a light bulb goes off in their head, and they're like, oh yeah, hey, I get that now, So don't be completely without hope. There is hope. And if you look for the silent majority and watch for people being kind to each other and put yourself out there to be kind to each other, you'll see it. It's there. Don't give up. Keep praying, keep working, keep doing everything you can do to be the nicest person you can be, considerate of others, and loving yourself, but not more than everybody else. Anyway, love you. Talk to you. Bye.